A friend of mine in the military explained that if there was one piece of advice that he could give to me, step my money fast and go fast like a lamb. Hello love bugs, Natural Posh here, and in today's video I'm going to be giving you 5 things that you should know before you date anyone in the military. So if you're interested in learning more, just please stay tuned. Okay guys, so we all know the media portrays military relationships as this hopelessly romantic thing that everybody just has to have. Although that may be true, I do want to put you guys on to the underlying necessities when it comes to this lifestyle. So let's just get into this video. If you see me looking down, as per usual, I have my book with my notes. So let's start with number 5. You have to accept the fact that the military comes first. That's point blank, period. Like no ifs, ands, or buts. And that goes for whether you are a military spouse or a military girlfriend. Whatever the military needs are going to be priority to you in your relationship. So you just have to keep that in mind. And although it may seem like it's something that is simple to deal with, it won't always be that way, because I even still have my moments where that becomes an issue for me. But in those moments, I have to take a step back and check myself, because this is what we signed up for. For those of you who don't know, I was actually married to my husband before he entered the military. So we did our research, but you guys know you never really know what a situation will be like unless you're actually in it. I'm here to help you guys because I'm in 2 years deep, and I just want to share with you guys the things that I have learned along the way. The 4th thing you should know is that you have to learn to be flexible. There's no way around that at all, because with the military, things can change at the drop of the dime. It's very rare that plans are made and it plays out exactly the way it was supposed to. That goes for planning vacation. You may not always be able to do that, because maybe they have an underway. And for those of you who don't know, an underway is like a deployment for the naval branch of the military, and it's just when they go onto the sea on the ship. Sometimes they go out unexpectedly. They can go out underway for a week or maybe a month. You never know. So it's very hard to make plans really far in advance, but you have to understand that it's not your loved one's fault, because they pretty much have to go with the punches, and because you are a part of your loved one's life, you too have to learn to go with the punches. So don't take that out on your spouse, girlfriend, or boyfriend, because they have absolutely no control over that. I've seen that happen time and time again, but I cannot stress enough that just as much as you don't like it, 9 times out of 10 they don't like it either. But what are you going to do? You have to just flow with it. The 3rd thing that you have to know before dating someone in the military is that you need to recognize when this lifestyle is not for you. That doesn't take away from who you are as a person. There's just some people who are built for this lifestyle and some people who aren't. And again, you may not know whether you're built for it or not until you're in it. But I just ask that as soon as you recognize that you can't handle it, you let the other person know, because it saves a lot of trouble and a lot of time and a lot of heartache on both ends. Dating or marrying someone in the military takes a lot of sacrifice. It takes a lot of understanding. It takes a lot of strength. It takes a lot of trust. Just think of a regular civilian relationship and times that by 100, and that'll give you an idea of how things are in a military relationship. Everything is magnified. Everything. It's not easy at all. The 2nd thing you should know before dating someone in the military is that you have to have a life outside of your loved one. And that is so important, because if you spend your days only counting down when your loved one is going to be coming back from deployment or underway, or if you spend your days just obsessing and being focused on your life with your loved one, it can drive you crazy. And that's why a lot of military wives are depressed, and that's why a lot of them are having trouble coping. Don't get me wrong, having a life outside of your loved one won't 100% guarantee that it'll make things a piece of cake, but it will help. And what I mean about having a life outside of your loved one is having friends, going out with friends, maybe going to school, maybe working, having a hobby, keeping yourself busy so that it will allow the time to pass faster, and it will give you something else to focus on and something to look forward to. And the number one thing you need to know before dating someone in the military is that you have to get to know the life. A friend of mine in the military explained that if there was one piece of advice that he could give to me, would be for me to get to know the life of whatever military branch my loved one was going to be going into. He said that it allows your mate to be able to vent to you and for you to understand and for you to be a part of their world, because you wouldn't want them to seek counsel in someone else who they feel like may understand them better. Most of the time that can be someone of the opposite sex, and you can avoid that by doing your research. That is a huge reason why I take the time to actually get to know the military acronyms. When my husband was in boot camp, I actually researched each week so that I would know what he would be doing in whatever week, so that I can write him a letter and ask him about it, ask him how he did, and just be engaged fully into his process, which shows him that I cared enough to want to know what's going on with him. And I think honestly that is a huge help in our relationship, because it shows him that his wife is interested in his life, and the support system is very important at a time like that. Not only in boot camp, but also being in the military at all. So those are the 5 things that I think you should know before getting into a relationship with someone in the military. If you would like for me to record more military advice videos, please give this video a thumbs up. That lets me know that you're enjoying this content. Make sure you subscribe if you haven't already, because there's always room for one more on the Posh fam. And also make sure you hit the bell so you never miss any of my uploads. 2019 is about consistency. I'm not playing in these streets. So thank you again for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.